So we have 180 R. They got BMW, I mean the turbo, so the BMW, what they invent, that the exhaust manifold will be cooled down. So it's a water cool exhaust manifold. Nice. But what happens when it starts leaking? It damages the turbo and the coolant goes through the exhaust. So now we have to change the turbo. You know what I mean? New invention is a 3-cylinder petrol. So to be able to take off the turbo and the exhaust manifold. The bolt here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 on top, and then you have 1, 2, and 3. So 10 mil at the bottom, and then will be, I think I believe so it was 11 at the top. So you have to take off the catalytic converter, that's the clamp, the holder. So you have to take off the catalytic converter, and then first obviously you have to take the intake manifold, not the intake manifold. You have to take off the air box, and the air bellow that goes here. You have to take off these hoses, the vacuum hose, and then there's a PCV hose that comes in, and you have to take that. So I didn't need to take off the catalytic converter all the way. I just took it off enough to take this out. So there was no hard time, not wasting time on it. And that's the most easiest way, which all data says it's about 3-hour job. So that's the air bellow, and this is the air box with the sensor. So we're gonna take it off and show you. The coolant is all there, so that's how you know that it's. Okay, so I took it off, literally, all that pipe hole, that's all coolant. It was just coming all from there. So what we have to do now, I'll call you someone to, so that's the oil line, there's one here and one on the top, at the top, and that should be it. So far, and then you can just take it out with the 10 mm and 11 mm nuts. That should be, it's a pretty easy system to make, but see when I get the new one, I'll show you what's the difference. I had the leak. That bad in here. That's so there's 4 at the bottom and 4 at top. So, see here, so there's 4 at the bottom and 4 at the top. So at the top one is 11 and the bottom one is 10. Okay guys, you see this breather hose? That's at the bottom of the engine. Comes like this, so it goes from here, so hooks into there and you screw it in and it comes in. So I had to take off this, and so what I'm doing now, then I have to take off the plug so I can have more room, which I can put my hands here. You see the scratch here, scratch there. So they were very smart, the BMW. Put a bolt underneath here. 4th one, you cannot get to it. So while I was doing, it is loose now, but it's not coming out because it was been there and was heated and cold, heated and cold because the engine gets hot and stuff. So now it's hard to turn. So what we're gonna do, I put the engine stand on. I took the engine mount. I'm gonna take off the engine. I just unbolted it. So I'm gonna take off the engine mount and the bracket that goes to the engine. So I'm gonna try to do it from the top, so my hands can go straight up and see if that can work. If not, then I have to do it from here. That's the only place that we can do, but that's stupid. It's the dumbest way they put this. Like, just because of the water thing, they had to block all these because the water is a water cooled in the exhaust manifold. So that's what. Turbo is there. So it's about right here where the bolt is. So you have to take the mount off the mount and the bracket where the mount sits. You can get to it from here. I put my hands there, but it's very tight, very hard. So if you need to do it, you can do it that way. So just get your hands spanner. So I have these ones. So it's steel wheel. It's a bit expensive spanner, but this works like a charm. Very tiny so it's rough, time consuming, but it was off, and that's how it looks like. Toe is right there. I'm just gonna pick it up and show you. So bolt is right here, and literally you have this much space to play with. And you see here I gouged here, there's scratches. I was literally going from here to here. So
this small spanner. So I did first with this because that's a bit longer and smaller. So I listened with this. I had to use this because the space was getting smaller and smaller because there's not much space. So that's down there. And there's a bracket just on underneath. That's the bracket. So this was the one.
this is the one that's the most pain in the ass. So we're gonna get a new gasket. I now have to clean this up and clean all this bolt so you can go smoother.
So we got the toe down. We're going to open it and check it out. Which we have here. They give you the oil, which we have to put in the lines, the old line. And we got that. Beautiful. Turbo. So guys, we got the turbo and the gasket. We're going to have a gasket. We're waiting for the gasket. We got the turbo. That's how one changes. They're sending us the one turbo. So that's why it's a bit hard to get the one that's for the car, because they have water built in, so water pressure. So it's called turbo, it's built in. The water circulates in, there's no hose that connects, only the oil. So that's why they go the rest of the one. So only the ice goes off this one goes, because they have a bolt you have to put in, there's no space, nothing. So to do that, I'm going to put the gasket, put the turbo, and then put the engine, engine holder, to be able to take off the engine mount bracket, because that bolt comes through here, this one, and I don't have any way to get access to it only underneath. So once I'm done with that, I'll show you.
So I found out on these ones, because how that one bolt there's no space, because this is blocked water cooled exhaust manifold and a turbo, so you can't put socket through, so you have to get your hands. So what I found out, if you put the bracket and put the bolt on enough and just push the bracket as much as you can at the back, and then you have to just put this on top, like in a way that it just goes inside. Like, it's very hard to do it with one hand. It's sort of like that. So you have to push this all the way out, and then, because I can't do it with one hand, let me try to do it with two hands.
Obviously, you have to still tight that, what's it called, nut. What I'm saying, bolt. That nut, the one that's underneath the nut. So, that bracket, the metal bracket, you have to press in and then put the nut on. And then you have to slide that in and top off the bracket. You have to push all the way out. And that's it. Now you can tighten as much as you can. No problem. You don't need to worry about putting your hands, because there's no way you can put your hands in there. It's very hard. So, I just thought about it. So why not let me try this? And there you go.
It does work. So, yeah.
So, that bolt was really hard to do. You have to use a really small spanner. That small one. So that one is this one, and there's one smaller than this. It's about up here. So, and that's really small. That one works the best, and you just have to small half a turn. So you go half a turn and a half a turn, and slowly. So you do not tie all the other nuts, only that one. So first you have to just put a few nuts so it doesn't fall apart. I mean, it doesn't the turbo doesn't come off. So once that's all done, like once you put the nuts just to secure it, and then you can turn that one to the left side so it tightens. So once that's done, when that's fully tied up, and that's why we can do all the other ones. Done that, it was a pain in the ass. See my hands bleeding. Nothing that was a bit hard to do, but I managed to do that. So I'm going to tighten up all the other bolts, torque it up to spec, which I can't do that one. Can't put the torque, but it's a 10 mm, so I know how much force you need. It's a hand tight, it should be fine. I'm going to put the other ones and then we'll go from there. Just when you get the turbo, you have to put oil in there, so I'm going to add some oil there to spin it so it gets lubricates, so it doesn't, doesn't get damaged inside. So turbo is tied up, the DPF is in, catalytic converter. Hoses in, now just want to put a coolant pressure tester. While that's on, then I can do a lot of bits and pieces. I did took off oil, so I did an oil service, so put a new filter and fresh oil. Now I'm just going to put a coolant in there, pressure test the system while I do that. By the time I'll be finished with all the other bits and pieces, and then go and take it for a wash, then go for a rain block to drive and see how it goes.
So everything is in, tied everything. Now just gonna check underneath, check on top, make sure everything is good, and then from there we start and then take it to what's it called, compound, wash the engine from underneath, from the top, and then should be good to go. The car is all finished. Wash the car, clean there, it's all nice, drives good, everything is beautiful. Went for a test drive, it has boost, so we're all good to go.